Hi, welcome to A Foreigner in the Philippines, and this is one of Beth and I doing our advice column, our agony aunt and uncle, if you like. And we have a letter that interested in us and made us smile. So are you going to read this one, my dear?
Yeah, we got five. No, 1, 2, 3.
5 letters?
Yeah, 5 letters.
Okay.
Yeah, we got 5 letters need for advice. So it's not just us that will advise, but at the same time, you, subscribers, viewers, who is intelligent than us.
Right? whose brains are not as squished as ours.
Yeah, because remember, we got a little brain from our little mind. Yeah, so here, this is the first one is betraying my husband. I felt I betrayed my husband. That's the headlines of her message. So he said here, Dear Terence and Beth, I am your avid subscriber. I am 32 years old, widow. My Canadian husband died 2 years ago, heart attack. I married at the age of 21, but I never regrets because it's the best I ever had. When he left me, that's the saddest day of my life. I am blessed. I have supported families and friends that helped me to heal and my precious son. Now, my problem is, I met this Arabian guy, very gentleman, contradicted on what I heard from our Arab country. He is so sweet, caring, and very respectful to me. He is 56 years old, a businessman, and he really doing his best to make me happy. And only him and my late husband that makes me laugh, even in a small jokes that it's not really a big deal. I don't understand. I don't want that the time move fast, so seems I'm back into my teenager days. So she don't want that her time move fast, right? It's like in their diary. My problem now, before my husband died, I made a promise to him that I will not fall in love again. Oh. And just focus on our small business and our 6-year-old son. But things changed when I met Ahmad. Do you think he will be happy for me? To be honest, I feel guilty even we just kiss Ahmad. Because every time we're gonna proceed to the next level, it's me always stopping it because I feel that I betrayed my late husband. What should I do? Please advise me, Terence and Beth, Mariel.
Well, Mariel, when we think about our late partners and we think that they are going to feel the same now that they've moved on, we think that they're going to be the same as they are now, and they're going to be looking down in some human form and with all the same viewpoints as they had when they were here. But the fact of moving on and going into what amounts to other dimensions, assuming of course that he actually did move on, then he actually ascended. So, and if he ascended, he's hardly going to be looking at things back here on the earth. We always think that we are the ones that are grieving and suffering. Actually, well, we feel sorry for them and they've moved on. They're the last to feel sorry for because they've actually moved on to a much better place. Whether you believe in heaven or that place where you're going to be on a cloud with a harp, personally I don't have much of an aptitude for a harp, and I can't imagine going to heaven and playing the trombone. So I'm trying to make light of this because there is no such way that you could have to honor a promise to someone who is not on this earth anymore or in this earthly state. They've moved on. They think about things so much differently. They're not hampered by a body. Just so many things that mean that they will think about things completely different. if at all they're looking back.
Yeah, but
No guarantee that they're doing that. Okay, they're
yeah,
going
but
on.
let's just put this way so that she's gonna be relieved what she's gonna do. What if you are his husband? What you gonna do?
If I was the husband,
Yeah, for example, you are the husband who came down from wherever he is and gonna speak to her in video. What you gonna say to her?
move on.
So what?
Move on. There's nothing to be guilty about. There's nothing that you have to do. For me, now that I have moved on, I'm thinking about things a lot differently.
Yeah, I think to you, Mariel, your love to your husband is very, very genuine, and you found a great love to your husband, but he is gone. He is gone, even though you made a promise to him that you will not marry again, and you just focus on the business and on your son. But I'm sure wherever your husband is, he wants you not to be alone. He wants you to be happy again. Because I'm sure that during your time with him, he was been very happy to have you as his as a wife. So maybe wherever he looking at you, he want you to be happy. He want also that your son will have a father figure when he grow up. Just make sure that Ahmad, or wherever what Ahmad is that name, he is the right person for you.
For your sons.
Yeah, for at the same time, not just for you, but at the same time, make sure that he treated your son very well and accepted your son like his own son. So if you made a promise, for example, you said in your message that you made a promise that I will not be married. I'm sure that time that you said that to your husband didn't believe it, right? Because when he made that promise, your husband looking at you, and I said, I don't believe my wife. She's so beautiful. But your husband didn't say that. But I'm sure that he don't. She's very happy for your promise, but he didn't accept that. Because he wanted you to be happy, and at the same time he knows that there's a lot of guy that will like that will like you because you're beautiful, and he's proud wherever he is.
Yeah, there's another way.
Just make sure you choose the right one.
There's another way of looking at it. Why don't you imagine that it's you that passed on?
Oh yeah.
And that you had forced your husband in that moment of on that moment of passing, when you were about to move on, and you made him, with all of your earthly considerations, you made him promise that he would never love again. Now, when you moved on, didn't you realize how important the emotion of love was? And wouldn't you realize that it had been wrong to suggest that your husband should live without love? That if you enjoyed having him, why should he not have the same kind of happiness again? Because it doesn't matter at all to you.
Yeah, and just make sure that, as I said, it's should be the right man, and at the same time, make sure that you're gonna have you will get married. You will get married, and as an assurance that you're the only woman also in his life. Of that Ahmad. And I'm sure that when your husband looking at you very happy, your son is very happy.
Yeah, there's another thing as well, is that when you consider this new partner, Ahmed, you said that he is an Arab, make sure that you're ready for this cross-cultural living that you will be forced to do if you marry Ahmed. Now, it usually doesn't arise as a problem when you are in your native place. In other words, when you're where you were when your husband passed, be it America or be it the Philippines, you were living a culture that you were used to and adjusted to. Now, some of the Arab cultures are very much on working on female compounds, and there's a hierarchy as well that has to be considered, and that is that if you go as a wife and you go to certain, I'm not saying this about Ahmed because I don't know, but if you go to certain Arab countries, the wives go into a compound, whether this is how it used to be, go into a compound and you have little to say and you don't actually see very much of your husband. So make sure that you're going to live in the culture to which you are accustomed and happy.
Yeah, it's Arab, is Muslim, right?
No, not necessarily, but maybe. I don't know. It's
yeah,
hard
because
to
remember Muslim can marry few wives as long as they can support.
Well,
yeah, that's another thing that you need to consider if you're willing to take the rest and that kind of setup, you know. But if you love that person and you think he's right, don't live on the past, you know. Just move on and be happy, and I'm sure wherever your husband is, he's happy for you, you know. Because just for example, Terence and I, we always make a joke, right? We always make a joke, and I said to Terence, you know, whoever we go ahead, you can find another woman, you know.
And I'll say, of course I will, absolutely, the next day.
You know, and Terence said, you also, and I said no, and then Terence said, what did you say?
I said, I don't believe it.
Yeah, so as I said, wherever he is, he's happy. So don't be guilty that you feel yourself that you're betraying, you know, because that betrayal only happens when your husband is still alive, but he's already in the other planet, okay? Sorry. Yeah, so again, please like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you, Mariel, for sending your letter. As I said, it's not just us that will give you on our output, our advice, because our subscriber is more bigger mind than us. Okay, so please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much, and God bless.